when you are facing that hunger, I don't want you to just start eating and binging because that would actually just defeat the purpose of a caloric deficit because then you're consuming more calories than you're burning and you won't lose any fat. And you'll be like, Mo, I'm in a deficit. But then I'll be like, you are not because you're not losing weight and you've been in a plateau for 3 weeks. Hi, my name is Mo Gayas. Essentially, I'm a kid who's obsessed with winning and sharing the lessons with you because growing up, I wish I had someone like me to help me out. On the Healthy Systems podcast, you will learn one main idea, system from each episode that you can use in your life, whether that is financial, relationships, fitness, and wellness. So if you're a millennial, you're hyper ambitious, this podcast is for you because the more systematic your life is, the more you can win and not waste time. So join me on your journey to building a life of healthy systems for yourself. Hello. Welcome to Healthy Systems Podcast, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today's episode is 5 ways to stay full when you're in a caloric deficit and feeling hungry. So by now, you know that best way to lose fat is to be in a caloric deficit. It's by far the most scientifically studied way of doing it. Like, hey, eat less calories than you're burning. If you burn more calories than you're eating, what's going to happen is you're going to start losing fat. And too often we get stuck in this cycle of like, oh, I'm not losing fat because of XYZ, but you might just be in a caloric surplus. You might just be eating more calories than you're burning. But that's for a different episode. Today's episode, I just want to touch on caloric deficit. So what is caloric deficit? Well, caloric deficit means that you're going to be burning more calories than you're eating. What does that mean? Well, that means you're going to be hungry as well. Okay. So no matter how we maneuver our way through it in a caloric deficit, when you're going through that, you obviously don't want to stay in a caloric deficit for way too long, right? Maximum couple months. And then you maintain for a little bit, then you go to the next phase. But overall, caloric deficit means that you're eating less calories. That means you're going to be hungry. So no matter how I try to work your meal plan, you're still going to be hungry at moments. Okay. So the goal isn't to binge when you're hungry. The goal is to find ways to control that hunger. And that's what this episode is about. So I'm going to give you 5 ways that are proven and true because we've coached over 900 clients over the last 7 years, and these things work time in and time again. Okay. And you can use whichever one you like most that work for you. So there are 5 ways to stay full because in a caloric deficit, you're going to be hungry. And that hunger, I don't want you to be when you are facing that hunger, I don't want you to just start eating and binging because that would actually just defeat the purpose of a caloric deficit because then you're consuming more calories than you're burning and you won't lose any fat. And you'll be like, Mo, I'm in a deficit. But then I'll be like, you are not because you're not losing weight and you've been in a plateau for 3 weeks. Okay. So the first way to stay full when in a caloric deficit, and that is to prioritize protein. So proteins, obviously the 3 macronutrients, carbs, fats, and proteins. Proteins, the reason I emphasize this and I'm making this number 1 way to stay full when you're in a deficit is if majority of your calories are coming from protein, I promise you, you're going to be the most satiated. You're going to feel fuller. And the best part is these high protein foods, they're also full of nutrients that are going to help you, zinc, iron, all the other micronutrients. So what kind of foods are those? Well, you can eat things like lean meats. You're talking chicken, turkey, tuna, etc. Fish, salmon, all those are a good option. You can do eggs or even plant-based proteins, beans and lentils, right? In your meals to stay fuller longer. So if you're somebody that eats a lot of fast food, being in a caloric deficit will be very challenging because at fast food, you can get a burger and it's 1,200 calories. Yeah, you used up your calories, but you're still not full. Versus if you split it up into 3 or 4 meals of like healthy protein options at home, you're going to be fuller for way longer. And that's one of the reasons, as you notice, personal trainers, fitness coaches, we love emphasizing protein to our client. But not only does protein have a lot of benefits, but also because protein makes it easy to be in a caloric deficit, you'll be fuller for way longer. So that's number 1, prioritize protein. Number 2 way to stay full when in a caloric deficit is eat high volume, low calorie foods. What does that mean? High volume, low calorie. So if you look at a bowl of food and there's a lot of food in it and volume, but it's low calories, your brain gets tricked into thinking that, okay, I'm eating a lot more food, right? Versus if you eat 2 spoons of peanut butter versus eating a full bowl of like cucumbers and berries and like that. On this side, you have a lot more volume of food. And on this, you just have 2 tablespoons. So you're way more likely to overeat the calories. But here, you're like, oh, like I have a lot of food to eat. So your brain feels fuller and your body like is able to like digest that food because that amount of vegetables and fruits take up that much food, that much space in your stomach. Okay. So fill your plate with vegetables, fill your plate with fruits. We're talking spinach, broccoli, apples, berries. These foods are low in calories, pretty low in calories, but they're also full of micronutrients. They're also full of fiber, and they're also going to keep you full without increasing your caloric intake. Okay. So the first thing I talked about was eat more protein. Second thing I'm talking about is fill your plate with veggies and fruits. Okay. So high volume, low calorie foods. Number three is probably one of my favorites, which is incorporate healthy fats. So, eating healthy fats like avocados, nuts, seeds, even sprinkling some olive oil, it will make you stay satiated a lot longer as well. So, like if you combine good protein sources, have veggies, and then have some healthy fats in your diet, you're going to be able to be satiated a lot longer. And one thing that actually checks both boxes of protein and fats is red meat, even lamb. Those are all good sources. So unless your doctor told you never to eat red meat, I personally am a fan of red meat. I think it's good for you. It is full of zinc, iron. It gives you a different level of strength. Okay, because it is much more nutrient dense than lean meats are. It's much more nutrient dense than turkey or chicken are, right? So when you eat beef and lamb and even elk or deer, those are all like phenomenal sources. And that's why they're a little bit more expensive because they're harder to find. And anything above like steak is like lamb gets expensive, deer gets expensive, etc. But overall, incorporate healthy fats. One of the healthy fats, like I'm just looking through my diet right now, and these are the fats I eat every day. I eat eggs every morning. I eat almonds, raw almonds every day, and then I have avocado every day. And then whenever I like every couple of days, I would have red meat. Just based on like I like chicken more right now. But overall, these are all different things you can do. Then number four, eat fiber-rich foods. So this is similar to number two because fiber-rich foods are also foods that are, things like vegetables and fruits. So and nuts too. Like almonds have good amount of fiber. Actually, avocados have a good amount of fiber. Most people don't realize it. So what you realize is if you're eating foods that are healthy fats, that are high volume, low calorie, that have protein in them, these foods are going to keep you satiated a lot longer. Okay, a lot longer. So that's number four. And then number five is something that you can use as well. And I love using this one too, which is I want you to stay hydrated with tea, sparkling water. Those are all really good ways to suppress hunger. They're really good appetite suppressants. So I'm a big fan of decaffeinated green tea. You can use that. You can also use black coffee. Oh my God. Imagine a coach telling you can drink as much coffee as you like as long as it's black, and you can add some like stevia, Splenda, sweet and low, monk fruit to it to make it sweeter. Those are all zero calories almost, right? So tea, coffee, sparkling water. What I don't like is the lattes because those are meals, bro. Those are shakes. Literally, they turn a sugar like latte, they turn coffee into an unhealthy drink. But if you just drink black coffee, you can have like an espresso at home, add some sweetener to it, you'll be fine. So staying hydrated with tea or sparkling water or coffee, black coffee is super good way because appetite suppress those are great appetite suppressants. And those bubbles in sparkling water will actually make you feel satiated longer in a weird way. So if you feel really hungry, those are the sources I would go to. If I feel like really, really hungry, I would start off with, and I know I've already eaten up all my calories for the day. I would just go to like tea. I would just do, if it's early enough in the day, I would do coffee as well. And then some sparkling water works as well. Or if like that hunger is not going down, I would grab a bowl, put some fruits in it, cut up some cucumbers, cut up some vegetables, and I would eat that. Like 100 calories, 150. One of my high volume snacks lately has been watermelon because it's really hot in the summer. So watermelon is such a great fruit because it's really low in sugar. I mean, it's really low in calories. It does have some sugar, but it's the plant sugar that also comes with fiber. So it's not the same sugar as like a table sugar. But I would say like those are all like my favorite ways to like suppress appetite when you are in a deficit or manage your hunger. So number one, prioritize protein. Number two, eat high volume, low calorie foods. Number three, eat healthy fats. Number four, eat fiber rich foods. And number five, stay hydrated with water, tea, or even sparkling water. Those are all great ways to stay fuller. So then calorie deficit is more manageable and you don't feel like you're starving all the time. And you'll be able to sustain that deficit for a couple weeks, couple months, and lose the weight that you need to lose and get lean and mean for the summer. Hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Systems podcast. I really appreciate you for tuning in today. Now, here are 2 ways I can help you for free. One, you can join our free Facebook community by just going to this link, bit.ly/Titan Facebook group. Just type that into your browser and then answer 2 questions, and then we'll let you into our Facebook community where you'll meet other people, as well as we have a lot of free resources in terms of meal plans, workouts, all kinds of stuff in there. Second way I can help you for free is if you follow me on Instagram at MoGaius, MOE, G as in George, H as in horse, I as in India, A as in apple, S as in Sam. Follow me there and then shoot me a message with the word Healthy Systems, and then I'll be sure to send you a free gift. Other than that, keep listening in, and I really appreciate you.